Hi and welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel. I am a labor and delivery nurse by day, and I love to read books. So I am actually on call right now. So this video may end abruptly if the census changes and I have to drive to Grand Rapids. But here is my little ghost friend, and I thought on this beautiful fall day that I'm waiting to see if I have to work and avoiding other chores, that I would tell you my super duper lofty goals for the end of the year. So I have a bunch of books that are left on my physical TBR, so like my bookshelf TBR over here off the screen, and I labeled them all in June. So like every book that I'd owned as of June of 2025, I like put a little post-it on them. And my plan going forward is to try to keep things off my TBR from year to year. So like I feel like a year is a good time, but like if I haven't read it in a year or like a year and a half, then I really need to address if I want to read that book or not. There are quite a few on my physical TBR here that I've had for like 4 to 5 years, and I might need to have some strong talking tos with myself at the end of December when I haven't read them. Because there are always going to be more books to read. So if I haven't read it in 5 years, am I going to read it? Probably not. So I have a ton of books I want to read, and I'm just going to go through them kind of rapid fire. I don't necessarily know what they're about. Some of them were book of the month. Some of them, they were really cheap. So we'll kind of go through them. Some of them are just big and thick, and that's why I haven't read them. So my October reads, I bought Cujo and Christine last fall when these were like at Target. I've been wanting to read more of Stephen King, like just 1 or 2 a year, because I do like his writing. So I did read Pet Sematary already this year, but wanting to get these kind of like off the TBR. I also bought It this year, so that you're not going to see because that's huge. I think that'll be a next year's project, and it's a brand new book to me, so I'll save it for next year, but hoping to read Cujo and Christine this month. And then brand new books I've bought for myself this year are The Strange Sally Diamond. I've heard good things about this. It's like a thriller mystery, and it's not very long, and I'm just always looking for good thriller mysteries because that's a very hard genre for me to enjoy. So this one I've heard about lots of times, so I thought I would just buy it. The 7-Year Itch by Amy Dawes. I've been wanting to read a book by Amy Dawes. She's a smutty romance queen. I was taken in by The Sprayed Edges. So I did not need a new book, but I saw The Sprayed Edges, and I mean, they're just like absolutely gorgeous. So I don't have another like fall romance, so I thought this was a good one. The other ones I'll probably be doing an audiobook because I feel like I can find newer releases on Hoopla and read those and not feel like I'm buying new books. And then I have Play Nice. This is a haunted house book. This is my book of the month for September. So brand new book to me, but I'm still hoping to read it this year. I've heard good things about it. It's not very long. Yeah, like even the words are really big. So hopefully this will be one of my next reads to get through. I've heard great things. Another book that's on a lot of like thriller horror lists are We Used to Live Here. This one's been on my digital TBR for more than a year, I think. So I found a copy of it and I just want to read it. And I think it was 50% off, right? I had to. And then I'm listening to the Law by Amy Coney Barrett for the Sharon Says So book club. So this one, we do our author meetup next week. I totally forgot about this, so I've just been reading like a chapter at a time. It is really well written, but it's about being a Supreme Court justice. So it's not like a story that reads super fast, but she is a good writer. Another book that I will be reading for that book club, if I can find it, is Between Two Kingdoms. So this is the next book. So another book that I actually know nothing about this, but I will be reading this probably in November, I think. So that's another book I will be reading. And that's a most likely because I read them for these book clubs and I've already purchased it, so I'm going to read it. All right, now it's just, I don't know how I'm going to get through these books. So these are just all the books that I own on my TBR that are like expiring at the end of the year, you know? No. Well, not this one. This is another brand new one. So Silverborn, this is the fourth in the Morgan Crow series by Jessica Townsend. This is a middle grade and it is so good. So if you have children or if you have a childlike heart, read Nevermore. It's like a younger Harry Potter, so a magical school. It is brilliant. I just love it so much. The world is great. The characters are great. The magic system is great. So I will probably be prioritizing this one. I'm really hoping to read this month. So if I can like cruise through those other books, I want to read this one. And it is thick, but the words are big. I think because, you know, some middle schoolers will read it. All right, now we're just cruising here. So Daisy Hates is the next in the Magnolia Parks book series. Oh, my mom's calling. All right, sorry, you gotta stop the video when Grammy does a FaceTime with baby Chloe, who's not a baby, but I had to see what was going on, and they just wanted to see Mabel. So Mabel is sleeping right down here. So back to the regular scheduled program. Daisy Hates is the second in the Magnolia Parks series. I really enjoyed Magnolia Parks. It's just like gossipy and fun, and it's like, it's like Gossip Girl, like rich people behaving badly. And I'm excited to read this. I just feel like I don't feel like anyone's like spoiling this, so I don't feel like I need to read it soon, but I want to. So November read. Bombshell. The Bombshell. I haven't really heard much about this book, but this was my book of the month for May. So yeah, oh gosh, I've never even read the description and I don't want to. It sounds like it might be something political. The Bombshell. This is a book series that I normally buy for my dad in October when it comes out because it's his birthday month, and this is a great gift. So I have to think of what to get him this year because I think he bought himself the new Bill O'Reilly book. And then I read them. So Killing Crazy Horse is one I have not read yet. This has been on my TBR for years. I need to just read it because it's one of the last ones in the Killing series. I have this whole like a rest of the Mistborn series to read. So the Alloy of Law. When it's a whole series that I have to read, I'm only going to put the first one on here because I have to read the first one before I can read the next ones. And I do not like to read a series in a row. I love a palate cleanser. I love to get out of the world again, unless it's like something really, really amazing that I feel like addicted to. So I have 4 of this series to read. So just the first one that I'm going to read, hopefully by the end of the year. I have The Red Tent. So this is the story of Dinah. She is the sister of Jacob's 12 sons. So this is something that's been on my TBR for a long time. It's an old book. I feel like a lot of people read it in school. I did not. So I want to read that. Vicious, a V.E. Schwab backlist book. I love V.E. Schwab. So it's Vicious and Vengeful, I believe. And so Vengeful I have like an audiobook that I could listen to after. I've owned this copy for a few years, I think, and I need to read it. Trial of the Sun Queen. This is a romantasy book that I've owned for a while. I think I just bought it on a whim from like Target or somewhere. The Heart's Invisible Furies. This is I think it's a memoir. And I have been told that it's some people's like favorite book ever. So hoping to read this, and I can't believe that I've already owned it for 6 months, but apparently it's almost been 6 months. I think I bought this like in June. So this would probably be one of the books that gets carried over to next year because it is still like a brand new book. Flawless by Elsie Silver. I've never read any Elsie Silver, and she has a lot of romance out there that people love, and so this is one that I bought at Target. that I've been waiting to read. Book of the month, Penitence. I do not know anything about this book. It's from February and it is small. So a lot of these books I just need to start. Having a TBR like this makes me feel anxious. I feel like I'm failing. Redeeming 6. This I think is the 4th in the Boys of Tommen series. I love these books. Redeeming 6 it's just not a character match that I like love. Like there are other ones that I love more in this series. But I'm like desperate to get to 7. So they're their jersey numbers. So it's like binding 13, keeping 13, saving 6, redeeming 6. So I think it's like 2 from each like couple. And like you see everybody else too. But I really want to get to the character that has a 7 jersey. So I need to read this one. And when I read those, they're like a day and a half because I can't put them down. The 3rd and the Beautiful Bastard. So this is Beautiful Player. And this is like brother's best friend trope. So again, I know that like when I pick this up, it will be an easy read. Spicy. I've been buying that series one at a time so that I just don't have them all stacked up. And just in case they get really bad, right? Like, because the second one I didn't love, but the first one I did. So we're going to try for the 3rd one. By a Thread, Lucy's Score. The one downside to Lucy's Score is that her books are so freaking long. They still read really fast. Oh, I have a bookmark in here. But that's a deterrent to picking it up. And this has been on my TBR like every month since like July, and it just keeps like getting scooted because I don't really know anything about it. So I don't like know the genre. Like it doesn't fit in a season, I don't think. So keeps moving. Magnolia Palace. This is a book that might need to leave the TBR. I bought this used. This is book of the month, but it was not a book of the month that I chose. It's a historical fiction. But it's the Gilded Age, and it's after the Spanish flu outbreak of 1919, which are things I care about. So this one if I don't read this in November or December, it's got to go away. It just has to. And in December, like, I would love to read holiday reads, but honestly, like, when I buy holiday reads and I read them, they're not really a type of book that I love to keep. So I think that I need to do more of them on audio or ebook so that it feels just more cost effective. So hopefully I will be reading more of my own physical books that month. The one that I have to read is The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year. I got this from Book of the Month in December of 2024, and I've just been waiting for Christmas to come around again because I did not get to it in December. I've heard really good things about this. I've read other books by her, so just waiting for December for this one. I have A Little Life. If you're on BookTube or BookTak, like, there's no way that you haven't heard about this book. It's supposed to make you just weep uncontrollably. I'm going to try to read it. I do love an emo book. It's dense. It's like 700 pages, but if I can read epic fantasy, I can read this, right? And then I have The Great Divide by Christina Henriquez. This is about the Panama Canal being built. So another historical fiction. I was drawn in by the cover, for sure. The Shadow of the Wind. I think I originally picked this up when I was doing research on translated books because there was a like readathon I was trying to do that one of the squares was translated book. So I was looking things up. This one is very well, like a very well loved translated book. I think it's from like Argentina, somewhere like South American. Shadow of the Wind. It's about books, like a book that, yeah, a book that leads to more secrets that like doesn't exist. I don't know, but this one I have like taken off the pile to unhaul so many times. So I do think if I don't read it by December, it has to go away. And then I have Pillars of the Earth by Ken Follett. I read Paris by him, and I like his writing. It's just a little bit daunting. But I've heard so many good things about this in the series. But I want to read it. So, see, like, the ones that are left behind are the big ones. So I would say this one, and A Little Life, and, like, The Heart's Invisible Furies. Those are, like, my three chunky ones. So if I did one per month and had Heart's Invisible Furies in January. All right, so those are the physical books I own. So Sharon Says So Book Club, you saw the 2 books we're reading till the end of the year. My one book club, we're supposed to be reading Vera Wong's Guide to Snooping this month, so I need to download that and read that in like the next 2 days. I was really hoping it would like become available, and it hasn't, so I need to purchase it. So that one, and then I've already read Broken Country, which is another month that we're doing. I think that one's November. And what was the other one? I know I'm like caught up on, and I think December, I think we still need to choose what book we're reading in December. So those are all the books I know I'm going to read. I still have quite a few like audiobook books. And like I have Alchemized by Senlin Yu that I have a physical copy of. I have some more Book of the Month books. I have The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig, which I've also been trying to read, but because it came out in like September and I didn't get to it, so then I just like pushed it off a little bit because there's too many other books to read. Yeah, there's a lot to read. Okay, shall we count? That's 27 books. So I think I need to read like 40 more books for my like book challenge. And I read like 15 books a month. So it's doable, but a lot of my books in a month are audiobooks. So it's about half. So will I read all these? No, I won't. But it'll be fun to see how far I get through, right? And if I have to unhaul those books, it'll be so fun. Look, don't ever say I'm not a dreamer. All right, we'll see you at the end of October.